Blackmore.
MiaryZo was a pretty fun character, and it's been a pretty long time since I had this much fun with a character in Tekken 8. But I will say she is like a low-centric hybrid stance game with this unique staff play too, blending this mid-range authority with some close-up scrambles. She's a character that thrives on rhythm, so break the opponent's tempo, force your own, and suddenly she's steering the entire match, along with so many scary counter hit launchers and good full crouch moves. Her playstyle and character archetype, to me, I would say she's like a whiff punish specialist plus this stance pressure hybrid, but that's not saying much since so many characters in this game is like stance heavy characters now. But think of like Zafina's evasiveness, Katarina's neutral control in Tekken 7, Ling Xiaoyu's trickery, and also with the multiple counter hit launchers like Azucena. She mixes whiff punishment, reactive counter hit tools, and a staff stance with legit spacing presence. But once she enters heat or tight scramble range, she gains access to explosive launch potential. Her strengths, I personally feel, is she has insanely strong full crouch duels and crouch transitions. So think of stuff like the full crouch low pokes that track lightly, fast full crouch mids that challenge button mashers, route changing transitions that keep her unpredictable. These tools force opponents to second guess their sidesteps, interrupts, and pressure situations. Her mid-range counter hit game is pretty lethal too. She has some counter hit mids that launch pretty clean, sidestep mids that punish aggression, counter hit confirmable staff strikes that convert into combos. Even her back 2-3-2 is pretty good. A triple high 13 frame string that jails off of the first two hits. It can even go into her MMO stance. Did I mention it's homing too? So if the opponent presses at the wrong time during any of her counter hit launchers, boom, you're flying. Well, back to her stance transitions. Once she enters that low stance, I would just call it an MMO like everyone else, she can force hesitation, create vortex loops on hit or block. It rewards players who not only understand movement manipulation, but love trickery characters that make your opponent question their approach to you. And even her heat pressure, like I mentioned earlier, when she activates heat, her ogre enhanced powers on certain moves become really good, along with some decent chip damage on blocking into people. She has solid wall carry, where you really can go nearly end for end on a lot of stages, but I will say she has some clear weaknesses, especially you'll notice right off the bat with her backdash. It's one of the real Achilles heel of her design. Her backdash is pretty shallow, making it harder to create distance or escape pressure compared to other characters like Jin, Claudio, Lily, or Xiao Yu, which I think was the dev team's way to balance out her kit. Despite some good tracking moves, several of her mids are quite linear. People who sidestep correctly can shut down her stance pressure, so you'll have to think twice about how you're going to approach with your stance mix-up tools or just play it neutral. Her full crouch lows and stance transitions are powerful, but also very punishable if misused. She is a right read or die type of fighter, which already reminds me a bit of Lei. Without a good panic move or evasive backdash, characters with strong pressure can suffocate her quickly. If she loses her spacing comfort zone, she can get overwhelmed. Overall, I'd say she's a mid-high tier character, but that'll probably change pretty quickly soon as more time passes on. One of the best honest characters in neutral, but can be a gimmicky character with some stances, and Nothing is wrong with that if you know how to maximize your value with that character. She's not broken nor too weak to compete. She's balanced around knowledge checks and creativity with her stances to keep your opponent guessing on your mix-ups. So if any more future characters are barely balanced like this, then maybe the new balance team is heading into the right direction. But only time will tell once we get to Season 3. A lot of her ogre stuff and effects aren't too distracting visually either on the screen, like many of us thought it was going to be. She's not the strongest fighter, but she's one of the most expressive ones. If you want a character with style, creativity, and reward for skillful reads, MiaryZo just might be your new main. So far, she's looking like a main for me too. She has many tools I wish Azucena has, but anyways, if you enjoyed today's video, please give a like, subscribe, and hit that bell to always stay updated on new videos dropping to the channel. You'll definitely see more stuff from MiaryZo down the line because I really like her creativity. Feels like for the first time in a while, I feel I have ways to play the way I want to in this game. It really just express myself with a lot of the creativity of how the way I approach things with the stances, stance cancels, and just many different things. Since that's the biggest thing I really love about Lei and those type of archetype characters, just being able to put on the mind games fully. But anyways, this is Blackmore here, signing out. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
The study of Kung Fu fighting is ongoing. Don't ever hope to master all of them. So be careful.